This is Boston University men's basketball on ESPN+. As tonight, it's a rematch of last year's Patriot League overtime thriller in the semifinals when the Terriers host the Lehigh University Mountain Hawks.
To force it.
Yeah, Terriers trying to go after those mismatches or the opportunities, but you're absolutely right. 19 turnovers last game for the Terriers. That was one of the big concerns. Great steal by Brewster, one of the best in the Patriot League. Accelerates all the way with the right hand, and the Terriers are on the board first.
It's Colgate, but other than that, they've had the #1 scoring defense in the Patriot League, and if that's your style of play, that's how you have to play.
Yep, it's a rock fight. McNair steps back for three, and that one's good and from beyond the arc. Terriers up 5-0. Whitney Sidney turns back into the middle. Beautiful move with the right hand. Terriers looking to add more. They scored the first 5 points of this contest. Landrum settles for three and puts it in. Otto Landrum needed to see that one go down.
He did, and I love to see him and Nico Nobili shooting a three early on in this game. They need those guys to contribute a little bit more on the offensive end. They do so many things for this team, but they need their scoring as well.
Otto had been 1 for 8 from the field the previous 2 games. McNair takes it away, bangs into Whitney Sidney. Out now to Nasir Whitlock in for the first time in this game. That one no good. Rebounded by Otto Landrum. Whitlock, who again has upped his scoring to 15 points a game with the absence of Higgins. Miles Brewster 3 for 3 in the paint. Edward Benoit, as we mentioned, having an impact here in the early going. Averages about 4 points a game. There's a three by Tyrone Alexander. BU shooting 55% from the field here in the first half, while Lehigh 5 for 20, just 25%. And as we mentioned, 0 for 10 from three-point range. Will this end that drought? Yes, and a chance for a 4-point play. Spins baseline, nowhere to go as he's locked up by Alvey and turns it over. Whitney Sidney goes all the way down, floats it up and in, and now Joe Jones will take that timeout. 2 points and 17 points last game against Army. So if that streak was to continue, he would be falling in the single digits as well. Landrum on the low block, puts it up with the right hand, no good. Tyrone Alexander flying in again. Taft contributed 5 points. The Lehigh bench contributed 12, and then the bucket by Benoit here in the second half, starting this second half. Whitney Sidney gets around Tyrone Alexander, finding space, and back to Roy. Roy, back out McNair, 5 on the shot clock. McNair steps into a three, that one long. Ball hits the floor, Gillis tips it, and it goes right to Ben Roy. Ben throws it up, no good. You like to see his aggressiveness. Chemezi an offensive rebound and puts it in. Third time's the charm. Sets for three, short. Ball comes loose, Chemezi able to get it. Kick back out, extra pass, McNair, one more, Alexander, 3 from the corner, you bet. Right now. There's a guy that is okay shooting it, but he's actually been better off the hop. Whitney Sidney, there he is, throws it up and in, right on cue.
Absolutely, and for BU, they have a huge size advantage in the front court, but even their guards are much bigger than Lehigh guards. So to see 20 points in the paint for both teams, probably not.
Sander makes a nice job catching that ball. Tyrone gets to the Patriot League logo, hands everywhere, stolen by Ingram. Whitney Sidney all the way down. He's just ahead of everybody. Play loose. Miles Brewster back out there, even with 3 personal fouls. Miles against Whitlock. Kick out, Roy, an open three. That's good. Oh, what a pass from Miles. Inside out, and Ben Roy off the bench. Big bucket.
A lot, but they don't really know once they get there. They aren't getting the looks they want, so it's really breaking their offense down.
Whitney Sidney back out to Whitlock for 3. That's good.
And to that aggression while still trying to run your offense and find the best shot.
Nobly gives the extra pass. Chemezi, as the pass in close space, gets Malcolm the bucket.
The ball inside. They made the extra pass right up at the rim.
Terriers by 6, 8 minutes to go. Alvey somehow catches that ball despite contact. Alvey posting up, just looking at Chemezi, facing up and puts it in. Alexander being guarded by Whitlock. Tyrone gets to the Patriot League logo, hands everywhere, knocked away. Here's Whitlock, 2-on-1 with Gillis, beautifully done. And it's a 1-point game, timeout Joe Jones. 5 games combined. Brewster in jail on the right side. And this one thrown away, another turnover for the Terriers. And just as we were talking about it, Whitney Sidney gets a step ahead.
Yeah, another
cleanly, gives it back up. Otto Landrum thought about the pass to McNair. Wise decision, waits for Roy off the handoff. Back to Nobly. Nobly at 3. Gets the friendly bounce. Nico Nobley, throw your hands up. It works. And ties in 23 lead changes. In this one, BU had led most of the way. Now just 2 lead changes here in the final 10 minutes of this one. Nobley, no heat check. I was waiting to see if he was going to throw it up. Instead, extra pass. McNair a 3. You bet! Just like that, the Terriers have found the range, back-to-back threes, and it's BU back up by 2.
Yeah, just a lapse by Lehigh there. That's the one guy you can't let get a rhythm catch-and-shoot 3 for BU.
McNair has been quiet here in the second half, but Adeza, wow.
That didn't go down.
Who is going to get the call on this possession for the Terriers? Brewster, double screen. Tyrone Alexander a 3. That one's good. Tyrone breaks the tie, and it's a 3-point BU lead with 1:20 to go.
Yeah.
Now the Terriers down to 10 on the shot clock. Miles, downhill drive, lays it up and in. Miles Brewster gets the Terriers 60, and a timeout. Brett Reed as BU saves their 5-second free throw is good. 1 out of 2, and it's a 6-point game, 24 seconds to go. Gillis will wait as long as he can to get the ball. Gillis now over to Nasir Whitlock, slide 3. That one is good, just the 4th 3 of the game for Lehigh. Brewster takes that extra second, knocks it down. 2 big free throws for Miles Brewster, settling. Nasir Whitlock has to do something quickly. Whitlock, step back 3. No good, rebound loose. Taken by Adeza, back out Gillis, blocked by Tyrone Alexander, and it's out of bounds. Another game-winning play in the final stretches. It's on the defensive end for seconds. Into Whitney Sidney, he'll hoist up the 3. That one short, and now another one from Whitlock. That one would have counted, but it doesn't matter. And the Terriers win this one 63-58. Tyrone Alexander, the high man with 18 points and 6 rebounds. He's standing by with Greg Levinsky.
Tyrone, you guys are up 18 at one point early in the game. Then Lehigh comes all the way back. How'd you guys make sure to finish it off and keep your composure?
Well, yeah, I mean, basketball is a game of runs. And I think we just stayed calm. We know there were big runs. We know we had another run enough, so we just wanted to close out the game well.
The game was tied at 55 with like a minute and a half left. You hit a 3 to go ahead. What'd you see on that play?
I mean, I saw open opportunity. I mean, I trusted my shot, and I thought it was open, so I shot it, and it went in.
What'd you think about your team's ability down the stretch to close out?
Can you repeat that?
What'd you think about the team's ability to close out down the stretch?
Well, I mean, that's just something we pride ourselves on. Coming down to the end of the game is all about toughness. And usually tougher team wins. So we just try to make more plays than the other team, and that's how we were able to come up with the dub.
Great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Coach, you guys got up pretty big early, but Lehigh came all the way back. What were the coaching points to make sure you guys came out on top at the end?
Yeah, I thought we just had to tighten up defensively. Their guards were getting to the rim too easily in that second half when they made their run. And then offensively, we were just pressing a little too much and turning it over, just sharing it when they collapsed, and I thought we made some plays down the stretch to get that done.
How did you make those plays? What opened up at the end?
Yeah, I thought Nico obviously hit a big corner 3 off a quick reversal, and then Miles made a great read off the ball screen to get Kaya's shot at the top of the key. Those guys knocked it down, so it's good to see them make big plays there.
You guys don't have necessarily a huge score. It's a lot of balance. How do you guys use that to your advantage in games like this?
Yeah, I think we just got to be a really connected group. It's hard to say you got to take one guy away from us, right? Because we had a lot of guys can hurt you, and we're still figuring it out. We're not a finished product, but we're getting better, sharing it better. We just got to take care of the ball a little bit better next game.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Final score once again from the roof. BU had an 18-point first half lead, and they're able to still get the W down the stretch. BU 63, Lehigh 58.